Hey guys, it's Tom. I'm back with another video. And in this video, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, a couple of current events here in the Philippines. Um, I think the name of this video is Will the Philippines airport eat up all your money? Uh, so apparently, an airport employee at the Manila airport was seen on camera, on those all those CCTV cameras that they have all over the airport. Uh, she was seen eating $300 um, of a passenger's money. Apparently the when the money was going through the metal detector, or when how you put all your stuff in the tub in the bin. You take your wallet and everything metal and all that stuff. You put it through the bin, and it goes through the X-ray machine, and also your bags, like a carry-on bags or whatever. All your bags have to go on the belt. Well, apparently they pulled this one passenger's bag, one of the bags, like probably a carry-on bag or something, and I don't know. I guess one of the employees turned, to like take the bag or whatever, and to start going through it manually. And now this is just, I mean, she's suspected at doing this. Now, on the camera, it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know. Like, I looked at the pictures that I could see, the stills and all that, and it's hard to tell what it is that she's got in her mouth. But, she says it's chocolate. But usually you don't, like, she's like stuffing it down her mouth, you know what I mean, and then she's drinking water. So you usually wouldn't eat chocolate like that, right? So I don't even know if this is still an ongoing investigation or whatever, but they're saying that she's currently suspended. This employee, and she's the one guy said that the boss of the airport or whatever said, oh, she's going to get the maximum punishment, whatever that is, right? And they also don't know whether she might have been working in cahoots with one of her supervisors and the guy that's running the X-ray machine. That all three of them were in on it. I don't know. That's what they're speculating, right? But I guess the money was in this guy's wallet, in a passenger's wallet. Like, so that confused me a little bit. I thought that maybe, they tell you to take everything out of your pockets, and I thought, well, maybe the guy put the cash, he had cash, and he put it right on top of the bin, where it's in visual sight, you know what I mean? But apparently it was in a wallet, like it was in his wallet, so I'm like, oh, okay. So then she had to open the wallet, take the money out and all that, and it's like, okay. And guess what, guys? That $300 that she tried to take, if she did in fact take it, is more than she made in 1 month's work, 1 month's pay at the airport. Apparently, her monthly salary is about $280 a month. That's what they get paid. I often wonder about that. Like, I know that obviously knew that the salaries here were much lower than they are in the U.S. for just about any given job. But airport security, right? Like, I know the ones in the U.S., what do they make? Like $15 to $20 an hour, something like that, which is not a great amount of money, but it's, you can live on it. You know what I mean? You can live on that, especially if you're like by yourself or whatever, or if you're in a household when and your spouse works too, right, and makes like the same amount of money, you could live on it. But $280 a month, I mean, in Manila especially, like, difficult. But but anyway, I mean, that's no excuse. I'm just saying, it mentioned that in the article, what her actual salary was, and this also made, like, this is almost like an international story, man, because I saw stories from, like, U.S., the New York Post, and U.S. newspapers reporting on this as well. So this is something that kind of, spanned the globe a bit. So anyway, she's currently suspended, and like I said, I mean, Yeah, she must have been hungry. But and it was U.S. dollars too. Even though I don't know, the passenger was an Asian passenger, I believe. Of course, it could have been Asian American. I don't know for sure. But and I guess it's about the third incident this year of you know third sort of a theft like incident at the airport. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate on. I'm not gonna tell them what they should do, but obviously, yeah. If you want people to come here, you're trying to endorse tourism, and stuff like that to come here. Uh, you might want to eliminate some of these type of things from happening. um, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. Should they get paid more? Maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Um, but what's funny? I mean, I've been to Manila. I live here now, but I mean, I've been here like on previous trips, several times, and probably spent about, I don't know, a month and a half, in the city here in Manila, on all my previous trips here before I came to live here. And the worst thing I ever had happen was, I guess it was on the second trip. I got approached by, one of these private taxis. And, when you get off an airplane after a really long flight, you're kind of disoriented. You're just, you know what I mean? You're not like 100% mental clarity. But anyway, yeah, so I got suckered into this private taxi ride, and I wound up paying like way, like probably what, four times more than what it should have cost. It literally should have been about a 200 peso ride, right? Maybe 250, with a tip or whatever, maybe. Which, that's like $4 to $5, okay? And I wound up, the funny thing is I didn't have pesos yet. So I paid in US dollars in small bills. Like I paid like $16 or something like that. Okay, like a 10, a 5, and a single. So not the kind of bills that people want to see, here. Like when you change money, really you should do it with either 50 to $100 bills. You don't want to try and change small denomination US dollar bills if you can help it. Although the SM grocery store, or I'm sorry, the SM market, or not the market, the SM department store, I was able to actually change small bills, like a 10, a 5, and even singles for pesos. Just, for your information. And that was in Manila. So, but for the most part, when you change your money in that, you really do want to have like crisp $100 bills. So anyway, I paid this private taxi in small bills like that. But I mean, again, it was a ripoff. It was probably, like I said, almost four times more than I really should have paid. So yeah, just stick with the metered taxis, okay? If you're coming into Manila Airport and you're leaving Manila Airport and staying in some local hotel in Manila, you're not just doing a layover, okay? Just stick with the metered taxis. And if you can't find them, I forget which bay number it is. It's like 10 or 20. One of those numbers is where you go get them. But just ask one of the employees, ask one of the security guards or whatever. They'll tell you where it's at. But just stick with them. I wouldn't even really stick with the white taxis, even though there's going to be guys that are comments that, oh, yeah, I used a white taxi and it was better than a yellow. Well, it probably wasn't better, because white taxis are kind of like, they're not, you know what I mean? Like most of them are not going to take advantage of you, but some of them will. I've talked to people directly, talked to Westerners that got, tried to get taken advantage of by one of them. And so I would just stick with the yellow metered taxis from Manila Airport. That's my advice. But but anyway, but yeah, other than that one incident though, I never had any issues, you know. And we're talking like, you know, whatever, 5 trips plus when I came here to live, you know. So 6 trips total. Always went through Manila, you know. Um, yeah, I never had. So I don't know what to tell you, but something like that, if he had it in his wallet in a bin or whatever, then yeah, it's hard to guard against that, right? I mean, you could try to put all your cash in your hand, you know, and go through the machine. You know, when they have you walk through the detector with your hands up, you know, and you could have it in your hand, and if they say anything, just say, "Hey, it's money. It's just cash, but I don't want to put it in, you know, the bin," you know. Or you could just, yeah, put it in a wallet or whatever and put it on the bottom, you know, like of, you know, like, because you got all your other stuff. You might have laptops and shoes and belts and maybe a small bag or something, you know. I have all that stuff in the bin, right? Just put it on the bottom or whatever, you know, and just keep tabs of it, man. Like, do it, and then, you know, you wait and you watch them, and, you know, you make sure nobody messes with you, you know. Don't ever turn your back, you know, until you get that, until that bin comes out the other side and you can retrieve it. Don't watch it, you know what I mean? Like, don't like turn your back and, you know, or just, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? Pay attention, you know. But anyway, that's kind of what I do, and I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm lucky, but I never had any issues, you know. Um, so we will see what happens about that. But then, you know, the other event was that of course, the Taal volcano in Batangas erupted again, you know. And yesterday it was pretty bad. I mean, even in Manila, it was just really foggy and smoggy and stuff. Although I didn't really smell anything. Like earlier, like earlier in the week, I guess it was. I remember it was kind of smoggy, and it smelled. I smelled like, you know, a little bit of sulfur or whatever. But this time it was just smoggy. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really smell much. You know. But of course they were closing the. I think they closed the airport because the visibility was terrible, and they were even closing schools down here. You know what I mean? Because I guess they just don't want kids to get sick. Because, you know, if you have asthma or something, you know, it's going to irritate you even more. You know, and stuff like that. But and I will tell you guys, you know, if you have kids and you're living here or whatever, or your girlfriend or wife has kids, you know, younger kids still in school, they do close schools a lot here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in the U.S., it's like, yeah, you get like a foot of snow or more, and they close the school down, like in Chicago or whatever. But here, man, it's like, you know, you could get a lot of rain and they'll close the school. They kind of close it at the drop of a hat, you know, pretty much. So just, you know, beware of that. um, but for whatever reason, you know, I mean, it's understandable for health reasons, and I guess they're just worried. They don't want they don't want the kids getting hurt or something on the way to school, or, you know, mostly that's what it is. You know, it's getting to school, you know, and then going home. That's what their concern is, you know, in flooding conditions or just other like this, like, you know, volcano condition. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd give you a little current event action. And please like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll talk to you later. It's actually Saturday here, so you guys, it's Friday night for you guys in the U.S., and so have a great weekend upcoming. All right, I'll see you later.